The fragile ceasefire between the US and Iran nears its deadline. Diplomatic activity is intensifying with high-stakes talks expected in Pakistan. US Vice President Vance is set to arrive today in Islamabad as part of a senior American delegation, according to reports. The urgency comes as tensions escalate on ground. Iran has once again shut the strategically vital Strait of Hormuz, disrupting a key global oil transit route, while the US has seized an Iranian cargo vessel as part of its ongoing blockade. These developments have complicated efforts to sustain the current two-week ceasefire, which is set to expire this week. Now, meanwhile, US President Donald Trump confirmed that the negotiating team, including J.D. Vance, Jared Kushner, and Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, will be moving to Pakistan in hopes of a breakthrough. However, uncertainty remains over Tehran's participation. A senior Iranian official told Reuters that Iran is still weighing whether to attend the talks or not. Adding to the strain is Iran's top negotiator and Parliament Speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf saying that Tehran does not accept negotiations with the US under threats. He said in a post on X that US President Donald Trump was seeking to turn the negotiation and the negotiating table into a table of surrender, and Tehran is not okay with it. Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump pushed back against reports that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu influenced his stance on Iran, saying that the decision to attack Iran was driven by his long-held position that Tehran must never acquire nuclear weapons. In a post on Truth Social, Donald Trump said that Israel did not persuade him to consider military action, adding that his views were shaped by the fallout of the 7th of October attacks and is consistent with his policy towards Iran. Remember, his remarks come as Washington prepares to resume negotiations in Pakistan, with uncertainty still looming large as Iran's participation in the talks is under question. The diplomatic push is aimed at salvaging a fragile ceasefire, preventing further escalation in the region. And in the meantime, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu signaled that Israel's military objective in Iran is not complete yet, even as a fragile two-week ceasefire nears its end this week. Speaking at a Memorial Day ceremony in Jerusalem, Netanyahu said that Israel has not yet finished its task, highlighting the uncertainty surrounding the next phase of the conflict. His remarks come at a critical moment with the ceasefire now ending soon, which was announced earlier, remember, by US President Donald Trump and is set to expire this week, although there is no exact end date that has been specified just as yet.
דגלנו מוצג מעומק רצועת עזה ועד כתר החרמון, וטייסינו שולטים בשמי האזור כהוכחה ניצחת לעליונות שלנו על הציר האיראני. עוד לא סיימנו את המלאכה, אבל העולם כבר מכיר את הנחישות שלנו להגן על עצמנו, להגן לא רק על עצמנו, להגן על האנושות מפני הקנאות הברברית.
An Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson, Ismail Baghai, has sharply criticized the US, accusing it of acting in bad faith, undermining diplomatic efforts with Iran. Speaking amid the ongoing tensions, Baghai said that repeated US violations of the ceasefire show a lack of seriousness in negotiation process. He stressed that despite the truce that was announced earlier, we are still in a state of war, pointing to continued threats targeting Iran's ports and its vessels. Take a look.
We witnessed that the United States insisted on bad faith and violation of the ceasefire. All of this is evidence that the United States apparently does not show seriousness in the diplomatic process. We are still in a state of war. It is true that a ceasefire has been announced. But unfortunately, it has been met from the very beginning with repeated violations by the United States. And the announcement that Iran's ports and vessels would be targeted by the United States has complicated the situation.